What's up, New York? It's the N.Y.K Culture Show. How you doing today? Listen, we kicking it off today. Today is March 2nd. You know, it's winter in New York City, and we kicking it off. Ladies and gentlemen, how you doing today? I just want to kick it off. We had the game tonight against Philadelphia. You know, it was kind of crazy the other night. It's a little embarrassing. It's like we were in the garden and all the Philly fans. I'm tired of seeing it. You know, success brings basically, the fans, and that'll get everything going. But let's go. NYK culture. We're going to kick it, talk about the Knicks, talk about a little of this and that. And, I want to see everybody responding. Hit me up. NYK Culture, N.Y.K.Culture. All right. And check it out. So, first quarter, the Knicks were looking good, man. We had a good start. We came out pumped up, ready to go. And Randall had 12 points. He was looking good. He was looking like the old MVP Randall. So basically, he kicked it off and started it off looking good. So we also had RJ. RJ came back phenomenal, and he's the face. He's the new guy of the team. I'm counting on RJ. 21 years old, but he plays like a grown man, and that's what we need out there. So RJ started off with 19 points in the first half. He defended Harden. I mean, it's really difficult to defend Harden. He's a beast. He's a problem. So Harden, he came out doing his normal thing, just running through defenses, and yeah, he had a killer game. So we trailed in the fourth quarter. The second half was a little disappointing. Third quarter we fought. Fourth quarter, it really didn't work out. Fourth quarter, we trailed and we never got the lead again. So I want to see more resistance in the team. We need to get more resistance on defense. Guys are just going to the hole, just doing what they want to do. But as far as that, you got to get a team concept of defense and offense. You have to change offensive philosophy. Say that with me. The offensive philosophy sucks. But this is the time where we should see the young guys, and everybody's talking about it. I've been hearing around the city. We want to see the young guys. We want to see what they can do. I mean, we have the ability to basically, get better with the young guys. So I want to see the young guys playing, and that's the only way we're going to move forward right now is to play the young players, see what they have, mix them in there, give them more minutes, especially Reddish. I mean, I see Reddish, he comes in and he's, doing his thing. Uh, Long arms, 7 foot wingspan, young players, and we have some guys out there, and I want to see more Sims. So this is it, man. But recently we had the All Star game, and I sat and thought about this, and I thought about the guys that we have had in the All Star game. The Knicks' greatest All Stars, and that was something that I thought about. We had 31 different players that have been named to the All Star team from the New York Knicks, which is great. So I want to give you my top three, all right? Which is, this is the upper echelons. So I would like to give you my top three New York Knicks All Stars. We're going to start with number three, which most people think is the greatest Knick of all time. And it is an argument to that. This man has brought a lot to the franchise. And his name is Patrick Ewing, man, PE. The great Patrick Ewing. So since his rookie year, he's made 13 straight postseason appearances and two finals. We could just wish for, two postseasons in a row right now the way we're playing. So the great Knick, Patrick Ewing. Say what you want to say about him. Say he wasn't the best with the press and things like that, but the man was great on the court. And this is a guy that he never really played organized basketball. Came from Jamaica, all right, and it was a little culture thing. He got teased. He got called names when he went to Georgetown when he played the school. But I love Patrick, man. No matter what, there's some things that happened in his career that the finger roll and things like that. But the good definitely way outweighs the bad. So I love Patrick Ewing, man. And if you see, he's always on my wall, the jersey, the Georgetown jersey, number 33. And congratulations to him for the contract extension at Georgetown. He's doing a great job with the kids and carry on a great tradition because that's a great big man school if you know anything about Georgetown. So I know the younger generation, you haven't been able to see that Alonzo Mourning, Mutombo, and the great Patrick Ewing. So not in that order because Patrick he was the first. So he do with the great Michael Jordan, and we all know how that was. But yeah, Patrick Ewing, 13 straight postseason appearances. Let that soak in, all right? Because not, a lot of dudes are not doing that, especially Knicks greats. 13 straight. So he scored double figures 6 times in 9 All-Star appearances. All right, and not to mention the he holds all the Knicks all-time records mostly, and that's why Patrick Ewing is in an argument of one of the greatest Knicks of all times. But number two, my number two guy, also known as the captain, the great Willis Reed, and you know how that is. That's what I'm saying. You have to. I'm just looking at the team now, and the heart that Willis Reed had. I mean, nobody really matches that. He had a broken leg. He came back on the court in the tunnel in the finals against the great, the juggernaut called the Lakers with Wilt Chamberlain and those guys. So, also known as the cap, the only Knick to win the NBA MVP regular season, 1969-70 season. All right, and he was an All-Star MVP that same season. He took the Knicks to their first title the same year. So he had a phenomenal year. The great Willis Reed. He had 7 All-Star games, scored in double figures 5 times. All right. So, this is just, we wish for these things, man. We had a great history. And I wish that we could just keep up with tradition and play how the old Knicks played, and that kind of vibe. So, the number one is, of course, which I think is the greatest Knick of all time, shows it. It's not about stats, it's about heart. And that's why I give it to him. And that's why, he's been the flashiest, the flyest, whether it comes to dressing, whether it comes to bringing out Pumas. He's one of the first guys with a sneaker contract. And that's the great Walt Clyde Frazier. All right. That's my favorite. And I think he's the greatest of all times. So the great Walt Clyde Frazier, All-Star MVP in 1975, he didn't just do it, he scored 30 points. The only Knick to score 30 points in the All-Star game. He had 7 appearances also, like Willis. And his MVP line, 30 points, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists and 4 steals. All right. So, you got to give it up to the great Clyde Frazier. Big up to Clyde, one of the 75 greatest players of all time in the NBA, and one of the best backcourts in history with him and Earl Monroe, Earl the Pearl. Okay, and they said they couldn't play together. So this is, this is how I feel about the All Star. Sometimes there's no merit to it nowadays. It's just, you vote for a guy by popularity and they get in. But there's some hardworking players out there. So let's get the youth movement going and let's try to do this. Now, it was something I heard about Allen Iverson not being associated with the Philadelphia 76ers in any capacity. And, the great AI, it's good to see him at the All Star game and one of the greatest players. But, it's ridiculous. And it reminds me of what's going on with my franchise. Let's try to talk about this and let's try to change this. I mean, this is something that needs to be brought up where you don't have Patrick Ewing involved. You don't have Charles Oakley involved. Those guys with a heart and soul, man. They with a heart and soul. And if I get my wish, I wish Clyde was in the executive seat where he can, basically make some moves and pick some plays. I don't know if that's something he would like to do, but I know that it's definitely necessary. It should be that the Knicks are involved, the great Knicks, because obviously the franchise is in disarray right now as far as picking talent and the talent that we have, evaluating and getting them in a position to win. You're setting them up in a position to be unsuccessful. So this is the NYK Culture Show. I told you before I need a theme song, man. I need a theme song. So anybody out there with some music, forward that to me, eric21172 at gmail.com. Give me your comments. Uh, give me some likes and also be a member. Also, follow and subscribe to me because everything's going great now, especially with the show. I like the feedback, Green Lord, and I got my guy Ray. He still wants Russell Westbrook. That's a little suspect. We gotta talk about that. But yeah, man, this is how we do it. It's the NYK Culture Show, and I hope you enjoy every episode. Get out there, uh, make a difference, man. All right. Enjoy your day. Take it easy.